Welcome back to First Things First. We're now joined by future Hall of Famer Ray Lewis, sitting next to also Hall of Famer Chris Carter, and one day would love to be Hall of Famer Nick Wright.
I think I'm a future Hall of Famer as well. It's not as certain as Ray, and I'm not sure which Hall of Fame, but I think you can go ahead and add that moniker. Good to see you, bro.
Ray's like,
there's a lot of Hall of
what
Fame.
slice of life?
What?
Justin's dumbfounded.
No, we're just trying to figure out which Hall of Fame you're going
I don't know. There's a Broadcasting Hall of Fame. There are broadcasters in sports Hall of Fames.
Okay.
There's a Kansas City Hall of Fame.
This can go on for a long
There's a lot of Hall of Fames I'm eligible for.
Ray, he's thought about it.
Yeah. What?
He's thought about it, Ray.
What?
He's talking about me.
All right.
We in there. You're on the front step, but we in there.
Yeah. Might be a different Hall of Fame. I'm not saying Canton. There's other options.
He's down the street.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate
He's
it.
down the street on his way.
Let's talk about some Cowboys, Ray Lewis. Turns out no Ezekiel Elliott is no good for Dallas. That's as the Falcons dominated them yesterday, 27-7. With no Zeke, no left tackle, Tyron Smith, Dak Prescott was hung out to dry. He got sacked 8 times, including 6 by defensive end Adrian Claiborne. Dak didn't sugarcoat things after the game.
We got our asses kicked, and we'll get better from it. And that's what happened in Denver. As you saw, we got better from it, and we'll get better. We'll get better from this one as well. It was a team deal tonight. I mean, it was a team loss. We're all going to take credit in it, and then it sucked. But we'll get better from it and use it to motivate us.
Well, definitely, hopefully motivate them. Ray, how much easier is it to defend Dallas without Ezekiel Elliott in that lineup?
The game is different when you go from a 2nd down and 3 to a 2nd down and 9. That's a different ball game. You know, people don't. You look at what Ezekiel Elliott does for the offense. He puts them in manageable 2nd and 3rd downs. Without Zeke, you're trying to throw the ball and you're trying to be Dak, and it doesn't move that way. You know, you think about the bell cow of a football team. Ezekiel Elliott is that. He was that at Ohio State. And you ask yourself, how do they bounce back from that? How do they change what's actually going on? I'm watching football, and the first thing I'm saying, if it's 6 games, I'm saying Dallas in trouble. Because now they have to figure out how to change the math. Ezekiel Elliott changes the math. Tony Dorsett, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, they changed the math of football games.
And they make it harder for you as a defensive player, because what I think I saw yesterday was even though you have a replacement, they disregarded the run. Like they were playing pass. Now, did my eyes deceive me?
No, they did not. They did not. They said beat me on the pass, because there's no need to insert the 8-man in the box anymore. There's just not. Now, once Zeke is gone, it's like, okay, tell Dallas to beat us throwing the ball. Right? And so when you hear Dak saying we got our kick, yeah, guess why? Because your heavyweight hitter, he's out. And it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to figure this one out.
Because every other team just saw that and said, now we're
once
just
that can is open,
exactly
then that's a
how we
whole other
defend
game.
against them. Yep.
Yeah.
Nick?
Listen, I mean,
They got several problems.
Yeah, they do.
Right. I mean, this was the worst game the Cowboys have played since the first game of Dak's career. Yeah. Week 1 last year, when we didn't know if Dak was going to be any good, they got their butts kicked by the Giants. Since then, this is the worst they've played both sides of the ball. They made the Falcons, who had scored, I think, 17 points or fewer in their last 4 games. All of a sudden, the Falcons are throwing the ball all over the field. It looks like the Falcons last year. Julio gets a couple catches. Mohamed Sanu, Austin Hooper. So on offense, the Falcons were great because the Cowboys were not good. On defense, and on defense, the Falcons looked great for a lot of reasons. One of them is Zeke. The other one was Adrian Claiborne looked like Derek Thomas. And in fact, Derek Thomas is the only player in NFL history to ever have more sacks in a game than Adrian Claiborne had yesterday. Derek Thomas is a Hall of Famer, as we were talking about Hall of Famers. Adrian Claiborne, no disrespect, not going to be a Hall of Famer. He has less than 30 sacks in his career, and he got 6 of them yesterday. To me, that was the biggest loss in that football game was the left tackle, because they had no plan for what Adrian Claiborne did.
Even if it is, if you're stepping back and you're throwing the football, that's because you can't run the football. Right? So when you think about why that becomes an issue now, because now you have to do something that you don't normally do. This is not what Dak does. Dak hands the ball to Zeke and says, Zeke, go work, go do what you do, and then put me in a manageable 2nd and 3rd down, and then I'll make sure that we get the 1st down. Now you're saying 2nd down to 12, 2nd down to 13, 3rd down to 13. That's a totally different ball game.
Yesterday, what we saw was an example. You hear players when they're mic'd up. I heard Ray Lewis say this before. Coach, I got a fish. That's how bad he is. Coach, I got a fish. You can design any type of, I remember you playing against, they had an injured center. I can't remember who you're playing. They had an injured center. They put a backup in there, and you was telling them, man, I got a fish. We're going after him every single time.
Explain fish.
Yeah, I don't understand. You guys fishing together?
No,
to
not I have to fish. He is a fish. Correct?
Yes, this guy's a fish. He's that bad.
Oh, I have a fish.
Yes, I have a fish. And we have a mismatch. And we can dominate this side. This was a game, they're lucky when they lined up. Atlanta didn't have 4 guys over there on the right side trying to run. Because that's how bad he was. Green as a backup moving from guard to tackle. But that's Dallas. That's the coaching staff's fault. You watch all those sacks. Watch how many people are going out into the route. All right? They got 5 people going out into the route. Forget leaving a 6th protector, a 7th protector in to be able to help and slow the game down. Do like Bill Parcells. Even if you have 2nd and long, run the ball again. Because Atlanta was 10 off. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You can watch these highlights. They are disregarding the run. They are playing the passer. If you hand it to the guy, okay, I might tackle him. But I'm going to the quarterback on every play.
Ray, can you talk a little bit about what Sean Lee's absence meant to this team? Because this was also another rung down after he left.
So let me share something that when you watch football and what's the art of it is being lost now is an on-the-field leader. Not a coach. The coach is going to give you the defense, going to tell you what to go in there. But I'm talking about a leader when he comes on the field, tells the coach, no, coach, I got it. That's what Sean Lee is for the Dallas Cowboys. And that's why every time he leaves them, why they play so bad, because there's no leader now. So now everybody's just lining up, and the coach is saying, this is the coverage I want you to call, and I'm going to drop to my spot, and I'm going to do my job, and that's all that matters. But you have to have this type of guy. If you don't have this type of guy, think about Carolina without Luke Kuechly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a totally different ball club.
And you can look at I just want to show the audience to Ray's point the numbers. The Cowboys this year, in the 3 games Sean Lee has missed, 2 he missed entirely. Yesterday he went out early on. And not only are they 0-3, they're giving up 2 more touchdowns a game, and they're giving up from 80 rush yards per game to 153 rushing yards per game. It is as dramatic as an impact as one player that's not a quarterback as you're going to see. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most underrated players that we have in the NFL. The reason why they struggle so much is he's a 3-down player. He can play in the box. He can guard running backs and tight ends. But also, he has the communication. It's just like when you lose him, it's just like losing your quarterback. Ray mentioned he has the communications in his helmet. So he's also talking to the defensive coordinator. He's lining everyone up. But the thing that people don't miss in just being a leader, it's the small things. When the offense makes an adjustment that only that linebacker and coach know. The other 10 guys don't know. Right. So, man, Ray used to physically grab people. Man, move over. Get in the under. Man, you move back. This formation, they're going right this way. And when you don't have that, all right, that's what we're starting to see in Dallas. But everybody loses players. I'm not going to ever be a person to get on this show and make excuses for NFL players getting hurt. All right? New England, they lost Dante Hightower. They keep trucking. All right? You come up with a game plan that is suitable to the talent that you have. All right? You can't keep playing defenses that were suitable to the talent that we used to have. And that's what Dallas did yesterday. It wasn't about injuries. They got out-coached yesterday. They did not have a competent game plan of how they want to attack Atlanta, make this game shorter, because we got a fish playing left tackle.
Even though they had weeks and weeks to think about what life was going to be like without Zeke, it seemed like they played as if they quickly realized he wasn't going to be there.
They never prepared for yesterday. Because yesterday, and see, this is the big thing. You talked about them when they lost to the Giants. Oh, they came back. Oh, when they lost to Denver. Oh, they came back. But you know what they came back with? They came back with the same talent, the same roster. So they got beat down yesterday. They're not coming back next week.
Next week,
Zeke's not coming back. Tyron, he pulled out with a groin. Now, you're talking about a hard injury for a left tackle, so that's not going to get any better.
Always hurt.
Well, suddenly, next week's Eagles game looks very one-sided. Yeah. Ray, stay with us. Coming up, did the Patriots put all worries to rest? That is next on First Things First.
Told you, Ray, don't worry about Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
I thought it was like